Welcome to the AWS Cloud Practitioner course. In this lesson, we'll cover what cloud computing is, the 5 characteristics that define it, why companies use it, and how it all shows up on CLF-C02, the Cloud Practitioner exam. Get this foundation down, and everything later in the course builds on it naturally. AWS is a cloud provider, and its services fall into several categories. Compute runs applications and websites. Storage keeps files. Databases store structured records. Networking connects systems and controls traffic. Security controls who can access what. And monitoring tracks activity, logs, and problems. Every AWS service in this course fits into one of these categories. When you use a cloud service, 4 things happen in order. First, you request a resource like a server or some storage. Second, AWS operates the infrastructure behind it. Third, your application uses that service over the network. And fourth, AWS measures the usage, so your bill reflects exactly what you used. These same 4 steps sit behind almost every service in AWS. Cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet, with pay-as-you-go pricing. That's the definition AWS uses word for word. IT resources just means the servers, storage, and databases you'd otherwise buy yourself. On-demand means you create or use a resource the moment you need it, and delete it when you're done. Over the internet means you reach it remotely over a network, not from your own building. And pay-as-you-go means cost follows usage. Run a server for 2 hours and you pay for 2 hours, no big purchase up front. Cloud platforms share 5 standard characteristics. On-demand self-service means you create resources directly without contacting the provider. Broad network access means services are reachable over standard networks from ordinary devices. Resource pooling means many customers share the provider's capacity while staying isolated. Rapid elasticity means capacity can scale up or down quickly as demand changes. And measured service means usage is tracked and billing follows it. Cloud also changes how companies pay for technology. Instead of buying servers up front, a company pays for what it actually uses. Spending starts small and grows with real usage, not with forecasts. A startup with a handful of users and a company serving millions each pay in proportion to what they actually run, so the bill follows the business itself. AWS also buys infrastructure at very large scale, so the price of each unit of computing is usually lower than a single company could get on its own. And capacity no longer has to be guessed in advance. A company can start with a small amount, watch real demand, and adjust. Day-to-day, teams work differently too. A new resource can be created in minutes, so projects are not waiting on hardware orders. There's no data center to run, and no space, power, or cooling to manage. AWS already runs infrastructure around the world, so you serve users elsewhere by deploying into its existing locations. On the exam, most questions give you a scenario and point at one of 3 groups. The definition covers what cloud computing is, the characteristics cover how the model works, from self-service to measured usage, and the advantages cover why companies use cloud from lower cost to global reach. Match the scenario to the group, and the answer usually follows. So, let's recap. AWS is a cloud provider, offering technology resources as services. Cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet, with pay-as-you-go pricing. The 5 characteristics describe how the cloud model works, and the advantages are why companies use it. Lower upfront cost, less guessing, more speed, and global reach. That's your cloud foundation. Next episode, the 3 cloud deployment models, a spectrum of where your infrastructure lives. At one end, keeping everything on premises. At the other, running everything in the cloud. And in between, hybrid, mixing the 2. Thanks for watching, and see you there.